Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're in a post-apocalyptic era, and we each have heroes that we're going to be leveling up over the course of the game. We're going to be using different units to battle each other. They're going to have melee and ranged attacks. We're also going to be using tactics, and we're going to be using technologies. Today we're talking about Rone. This is a tactical card game for 2 or 4 players. It's on Kickstarter right now, so I'm going to teach you how the game works in a very quick high-level overview so you understand what you're trying to do in the game, and then I'll see you on the other side. Rone is a tactical card game where you'll be living out the life of one of these 6 heroes that you get to pick at the beginning of the game. Over the course of that hero's life, you will be leveling up that hero to give you better abilities and more income and more resources. Now I'm using a player mat here that does not come with the game. Now over the course of the game, each player is going to get a deck of 24 cards that they're using and activating throughout the game. And what you're trying to do is damage their hero, because as you take damage, cards come from either your deck or your hand and go into your graveyard, which essentially is a discard pile. On your turn, you'll be playing unit cards into the battlefield, which then sometimes will ignite a certain special ability right then, and then you'll be able to exhaust cards to be able to attack your opponent's cards. And in certain combat, it will go through ranged combat first, giving damage, trying to deplete health, and then it will go to melee combat, which also will sometimes eliminate an opponent. But timing is everything in this game, because with an unexhausted or refreshed unit in your battlefield, it essentially blocks your hero from getting damage. But even if this character is attacked and it successfully defends, it still gets exhausted, which opens up with the defense, so now they can get directly to your hero and do damage. And taking damage to your hero is bad because you're required to move cards from your deck or your hand to the top or bottom of your graveyard, and that's even worse because when you run out of all those cards in your hand and your deck, you lose the game. But you'll be able to recycle cards from your graveyard using a certain amount of cost and being able to reactivate those cards back into the battlefield or out for special abilities. Each turn you'll be gaining income from your hero of water, which is the resource in the game, and you'll be able to draw certain more cards from your deck to make you more powerful and have more options. Also, each hero has different types of abilities that you'll be able to enact throughout the game. You'll also be able to play tactic cards, sometimes out of turn, to be able to do sneaky things and hit them where they least expect it. You're also given technology cards at the beginning of the game, and you choose when to show them, when to use them, and exhaust them for certain special abilities, and these technologies really home in your strategy for the game. And experienced players can customize their deck by, instead of getting a random deck at the beginning of the game, actually customizing it to make the deck the way they want, to even more hone in their strategy, along with selecting your own hero, and also selecting which 5 technologies you have access to play at the right time throughout the game, even though you're only playing 3 at any one time. And instead of playing head-to-head, you can play a team 2 versus 2, where each team's sharing a battlefield. Both of their units are being refreshed on each player's turn, and they also will be sharing the hero and a larger deck to make it a 2 versus 2. You can also play it as a 3-player game, where you'll be attacking the player to your left first, and if you succeed, you'll be able to attack the player to your right with that same unit. And if you're the first person to eliminate somebody, you'll get a bounty deck of 5 cards that get added to your player deck. Alright, there is Rone, and as I mentioned, this game is on Kickstarter Live right now. So if you want to learn even more, see some final artwork, final components, see the different add-ons and things you can get, possibly even those mats I showed, you're going to want to click the link in the description of this video that will bring you right to the project page. Now, obviously this game is going to appeal to people that like, first of all, the post-apocalyptic themes. They're going to like the combative tactical card games of having heroes leveling up, using different attacks of ranged and melee, having that back and forth, having cards, getting cards out of your discard pile. When are you going to recycle them? Are you going to put them on the front or the back of your discard pile? Because they might be gone if you don't get them out at the right time. Using the different abilities, and also having it even further by customizing your deck and being able to do that too. So if you're interested in these types of tactical card games, this is definitely one to check out. And go ahead and click that link. I'm sure they love your support.